Alright, so what's happening? Today I'm just going over a quick video here. This is a video that was actually requested. Several people requested this video. I struggled with it here. Hopefully I got the video at least partially so you can make out what I'm doing. The video is going to be based on just an Android phone system with the Pro version, and then uh, the lenses here. Basically, these lenses I got are just a cheap knockoff version. It's not the fancy, expensive ones. This one's Reefing Art Coral View. I got it on eBay. I think it was like $8. It works perfectly fine. I don't know why you'd want to spend all that money on the other ones. Maybe the lenses are that much better. I guess I only tried out a couple of them. I had a buddy that had one that was one of the more expensive ones. This seemed to actually, I think, almost work better, to be honest with you. But it's completely up to you. I'm not here to sell one or the other. This is the one I'm using. I just wanted to do this video. I had some subscribers. Like I said, if you have an idea and I can do it, they wanted to know what I do when I take pictures to get the color quality and stuff here. So hopefully you guys enjoy this video. Hopefully you get something out of it. And let's get into it. Okay, so here's, I'm just going to go over, I had, obviously, as I said it earlier, some people want to know about this, so I'm just going to try to show you right on the right on the phone here, with the screen recording, what actually takes place. Alright, so this is actually a magnifying glass that I use right here. It's also an algae scraper combination. You don't need that. We could take that out of the way just at the beginning here. I do prefer that because I can get a much nicer picture, but without it, if I want to go in here, I usually go to the setting here where it says more. Once I get into the more, you have two options. You could go into night mode. Night mode here, basically it gives you an option to, if you just touch the screen, it gives you an option to slide this up and lock out the light. Just doing that, it's going to give you a somewhat decent picture. I guess I skipped the fact that I do already have the lens on. The lens that I'm using right now is actually just the I don't know what the name of it would be. It would be more like the sunglasses one, just the yellow, like you'd get if you had sunglasses. I'm not sure why that keeps brightening back up. But that's the night mode, and it's not real detailed. So let's go out of that. I just wanted to show you that. So here we have the mode. If you go back into more, now you have Pro Video right here. This is if you want to actually take a video. So in here you would go, if you're going to do the video, basically you would first focus in on what you want. As you can see, it's not real clear yet. Then each one of these little settings in the Pro mode are going to change the lighting just a little bit for the shade, so you can get the shade that you want. See, like here you can get, this is where you can really kind of clear it up or make it grainy. And you just got to kind of play around with it here. I'm having a hard time because I'm trying to do this with the pen. Let me use my finger. I don't know if you guys can see my finger when I do that. But then you have the next slide up. Now, I'm not a camera expert. I don't know exactly what each one of these technical term is, but you can see how as I'm going into each one here in the Pro mode, you can see how I'm cleaning it up. You can see how the picture is actually, you can add light, take light away. zoom in, zoom out, add a little bit of every time you adjust one of these, though, it triggers a need for adjustment on the other, so you can be fighting yourself, you know, as you're messing around with it. That one obviously takes the light out. Now these are real blurry here, obviously, because I'm just trying to give you an idea of how to actually adjust it. You know, as far as the color goes. See this one here, the ISO, you can take, you know, make it almost like, just like it's glowing. Slowly add a little bit of light till you get it to the level you want it. Obviously you can zoom in with the camera. Now this is all just doing it without you know, this would be if you're going to do a video, and I actually have this on a tripod, so as you can tell, if I was to take it off the tripod and move it around, it would be clear. You know, obviously this isn't perfectly clear, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go back out here, because this is what I like to do. I want to show you this. So I have this magnifying glass. It's, like I said, it's also an algae scraper. I like to just pick one. You know, let's say I'm going to pick the circus down here. I'll have to get the... Like I said, I'm on a tripod here, so it's a little bit of adjustment that normally I would be just carrying the phone, but I'm trying to make this somewhat stable so I'm not making you guys sick with the wobbling back and forth, even though I'm still doing that. But this one here is actually the circus. Let's see if I can get lower down there. Alright, so if we get into there, now we go into the more. We're going to go into Pro, not Pro Video, just because we're going to look at the actual taking of actual picture. Okay, and this is through the... Now if we're going to do our little bit of adjustment here, you can see it's taking out color, adding color. You can get it as, you know, dark or as vibrant as you'd like it. This one here, it's real touchy, but you can get it to, you can really clear it up. You see how you're clearing up the... making it a little bit more crisper. I don't really like to use these, the tint, contrast, saturation. You can, but it seems to offset the actual real color, and it's a lot of messing just a smidge this and that way. You can do it and really make a perfect picture if you want to mess around with it for an hour. This one here obviously is taking the light out. This would be brightening things up. Like I said, you can get it as dark or light as you'd like. Same way with this one. This one is, you know, obviously as I go down, you can see it's adding the light. Here it's taking it out. And I can actually just zoom up close. It's a little bit easier. I'm relying on the distance from the tank to the tripod here to get the clarity. It's a little bit easier to get the clarity when you're actually holding the phone in your hand. However, it's pretty unstable, so it would not make for a very good video because I don't have that steady of hands. But you can see how just a little bit will add green or take it away. But this is how you really, you got to just play with all these little functions in the Pro with your lens. If you're really wanting to get like a really perfect, like if you want to just focus on one and really get it just perfect. But then you can take, like, if you want to do a larger, so I'm just going to take and switch here and get some adjustment. Okay, so I'm going to try to move this closer to the... Now you can see here as I move the camera in, or the phone in a little bit closer, you can see where it's really cleaned things up. It's the same way, like if you're holding it by hand, like here would be if I was just, I'm kind of tilting the tripod here to give you an idea. You see how I can get close to the screen and it will really clear it up. Same way if I can go back to the, let's see how it's all wobbly and wavy. That's why I'm trying to stick with the tripod here for the video, just because it makes for a really bad video if you're moving it all around. But let's say we're trying to, get a nice picture like that, but obviously then you can play with your settings on this as well, add the yellows or the kind of move it down so it's darker or brighter, more color, less color. And you can actually play with the lights on your aquarium as well. To change the blue in the lights, before doing this or while doing it. Sometimes a little bit more blue, a little less blue with this lens or with a different lens. You can really crispen up a picture. Truthfully, it's a lot of pissing around. I know some people were asking about how I do it and what I use. I don't know that really one set of lenses is better than the other. I might be wrong on that. I've only really messed around with a couple sets, but they both had the same result from what I seen. Basically, it was just more of you messing around with the different lights and the little pro settings in the camera to get things exactly where you want it. And then once you do, obviously you just hit the button. There you go, you snapped a picture. And then if you wanted to see that picture, that's the picture we just took right there. Looks pretty, looks pretty cleaned up there. Then go back to the... But it's a lot of messing around. So, like... And that's just Zoas there that we're looking at. So if we go over here to this stick here, let's see if I can get the tripod to cooperate. Then you'd be looking at starting fresh the same way. Adding light or taking light away until you had it the color that you chose. If you want it shadowy, obviously you could do black and white as well if you were wanting something like that. But it's really a lot of just patience for those that you know, are wanting to get the perfect picture for their, you know, whether it's their Instagram or they're just to show their friends or just to have themselves. It's all, you know, if you went down to, let's see if we can get it lowered here. If I get the wrong tripod for this, it doesn't go low enough. See, if you're looking for the, I'm trying to get this as low as I can to, that one's kind of low. Let's try the, so if we go up to the, let's go to the hammer. That one's about the right height for this tripod. Maybe. See, and it really depends on what you're trying to get. Are you trying to just, you know, get the whole coral? You just want to get a little video of it, a close-up. And, you know, it's all the same, just starting over again. Basically, once you move, you got to monkey with all the little. You can just go, like I said, I showed you at the beginning, just go right into night mode. And night mode on here does, well, let's just go back. I'll show you one more time. So if you go in here to the more, and just go into night mode, you can see where it's gonna take it fairly, but there's just not much adjustment there. You can't fine tune all the colors and the light. You can take it, you know, take some of the light out of it. It's just, I think in my opinion, if you go back to the Pro, you're looking at the same. Now, if we go here to I'll switch to this other. This is a coral that I actually thought, to be honest with you, was dead. It was upside down, fell off the stand, laying in the back of the tank for, geez, probably a month. I just thought it was dead, and all at once I was messing around with the camera here, and I seen the orange color, and I thought, I don't think that thing's dead. And here I put it up front, and it's actually really starting to grow. It was just a couple little specks. It's I believe it's a Montipora. It was one of the first corals I bought, and I wasn't really ready for it, if you remember at the beginning. But it's pulling through. It's coming back. But with those colors, it makes it kind of. Well, I don't want to make this video here. I guess basically, you got the gist of it. It's just, and this is for the Android. This is how you'd want to do it. Now, I can do one of these with an iPhone too, if you guys want that. I can get a hold of an iPhone and do a video like this. This one is basically all just off of the Android and the Pro option, with the lenses. But I think I'm just going to wrap it up there. There's no, it's all the same thing basically. You just find your spot, what you're going for. You get focused in on the size of it that you want. like I said, I use a magnifying glass because I like to just really explode the look. And then basically you snap a picture. Once you snap the picture, you can go back and view it. You know, it's not perfect here. I just did that kind of quick as a finish up on the video, but I think we're just going to leave it at that. This is getting to be really more video than I had planned on, so. Well, I hope you guys got something, and even if you took away one thing out of that, it's worth a watch, I guess. I was going to show you this because I mentioned the color of the lens. This is actually the color of the lens that I did all those photos on. This kit, it does actually have a magnifying glass built into it, which is actually really handy. You can actually put it right on the front. They screw together. So then you have the color and the magnifying glass. You can actually layer them all. I mean, there's one that's like half yellow, half clear. You know, if you thought that you were getting some benefit out of it, they all screw together. So I didn't put this all in a video because the video is already getting quite lengthy. But I just wanted to give you guys a demonstration here at the end, so you know this. I don't know if the other kits do this or not, but this one does. It'll actually allows you to put them all together. See that? So you can actually mix colors, blend colors, pick just one. You can actually just do the, just the magnifying glass without any lens on it if you wanted. Either way, like I said, I just wanted to show you that. Everything we did, though, was done with just this standard. Now that one also comes off, so it's just the one that I use, so I leave it on there. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you give it a like. The YouTube just loves that. Helps show videos when people like the videos. If you're not already a subscriber, by all means subscribe. I try to do videos as often as I have time to do them. It's been averaging about one a week, sometimes more. I guess until next time, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you.